Look at that. Never seen one before, but we're gonna give it a try anyway. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. 100 as soon as possible. Right. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an interesting video. So on the weekend, we did our weekly hive inspections for these hives. And one of the hives, we had a major problem. I wish I had my camera to film it. We had a look inside and there was, no joking, about 20 emergency queen cells. So we had a look through the hive and we could not find the queen at all. So what I've done, I've ordered a new queen from BS Honeybees. It's an F1 Buckfast mated queen. So it came in the post today. I really don't know what's happened to the queen. She's a nice big Buckfast queen. Yeah, a bit puzzled on that one. Unless I somehow damaged her when I was marking her, or when we did the inspection, I've accidentally knocked her. I don't really know what's happened to that one. But anyway, we've got a new queen. So first things first, I think we're gonna go to the hive and do a thorough inspection, make sure there's no queen cells, because they won't accept this new queen if there's any queen cells whatsoever. So they'll just kill this queen if there's an existing queen coming. So she's in there. She's got a nice bright blue spot on her there. I'm gonna leave this queen just to the side for now, or tell you what, put her in my pocket. There she is, nice and safe. Now I'm gonna put some thick gloves on today because they were a little bit aggressive, I think just because they haven't got a queen. And with us shaking off all the frames to make sure there's no queen cells, they could be, getting a bit angry. Don't have the smoker either, so best be safe than sorry. Let's go have a look. So we last looked at this on Saturday. I ordered the new queen on Sunday. It got posted out yesterday, which was Monday. It arrived in the post before 1 PM today. Now the super wasn't on here when we did our inspection, but it did look like they were a bit tight for space, so we just put it on just to give them room. We weren't sure when we initially looked at it if it was just because they were trying to swarm, even though it is quite late in the year. But then after looking at how many queen cells there are, I think it was just a case of the queen dying. We couldn't find the queen and they've just gone crazy trying to make a new queen. I didn't put a queen excluder on here because I wanted to check if there was any eggs or any brood whatsoever in any of these super frames. Then we definitely know there is still a queen in here. I think that's highly unlikely. I'm just gonna have a quick look through them all. As I thought, absolutely no eggs or brood whatsoever in there. Now the fun part, it is extremely important. There's no queen cells at all in here. This is a brood frame. So I'm just gonna shake the bees off this one. No eggs in there at all. And there's no queen cells, so that's good. Now when we did do the inspection, I kind of checkboarded it with the empty frames again, just to give them a bit of space and something to work on. So this is an interesting frame. And yeah, they're going to town again and they're trying to make more queen cells. So let's just get rid of these. So got rid of the one. And you can see there'll be a little larvae in there, which means it's charged, which means if we'd left it in here, then a new queen will come out. Now, that is a nightmare this time of the year. It's too late in the season for a queen to go out and mate herself. So from the queen cell to the queen actually emerging, to her mating, to her laying the eggs, and then those eggs hatching, it takes about 6 weeks. Now, 6 weeks from now, it's going to be way too late in the year to try and get a colony established and ready for winter, which is why we've bought ourselves our sort of mated queen in from BS Honeybees. And look at all them bees. There's some queen cells on here as well. Let me just shake these bees off first. So look at that. What's there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 at the bottom of this frame. 7, another one up higher up, and then there's some more on the other side. There's another 3 there. This is exactly what it was like when we did our inspection 4 days ago. Look at them. Let's get rid of all of those queen cells. No, we don't want any chance whatsoever, any of them Another one here. Get rid of that. There's another one up here. And they can be really quite sneaky where they place them, so just really having good luck. And so far this has been our best colony. So it's got about the most amount of bees in it. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there. So there's another 3. Let's get rid of that one. I am sacrificing maybe a little bit of the brood around it as well, but it is extremely important. There's no chance that those can become queens. Now down here, these look like they are the start of queen cells. You see how they're just a bit bigger than the rest of the cells around them. So I'm, again, just being extra cautious to get rid of all those. And this is the thing I found with beekeeping, it is just a case of problem solving, and every time you come you don't know exactly what you're going to find. So just doing a routine inspection the other day, I was just hoping that they would have built out a few frames of foundation, and then we came in to find all of these emergency queen cells. There we go, more again. There's one in the bottom here, and every single one of these is charged. Put all these frames back in, do another once over just to double check. Okay, so we've checked every single frame, made sure there's absolutely no queen cells on any of them. Let's get our new queen installed in our hive. Brought myself a trusty cocktail stick. Doesn't seem to want to go. There we go. We've got a queen in there, she's alive, all her attendants are doing well. We're not going to release the tab, so we're going to put this in and then we're going to come back in 24 to 48 hours. We're just going to leave her in there for the bees to get used to her pheromones. Still trying to attack me. Okay, so there we go. That really was quite exciting, especially for me, being a beginner beekeeper and only doing this the last sort of couple months. Really fascinating to see just how many queen cells are in that one hive. Like I said the other day, I was absolutely amazed when we opened it. It was a routine inspection and yeah, it all went wrong. But hopefully we've got our new queen in there now. So we're going to leave her in there for the next 24 to 48 hours, let the bees get used to her, we'll pop back and we'll release the tab. Okay, so it's been 48 hours and we're back. Unfortunately, the weather isn't playing ball, it is just drizzling a little bit, so we're gonna have to be quick. Now, I am a bit worried that this queen is gonna get balled by the quantity of bees in the hive, and as we've already had 4 queens die in the last couple of weeks or so, I've decided to buy myself one of these. So this is a queen cage, so you can put a queen in here with a full frame of brood, and the rest of the bees essentially can't attack her. Just gives the queen a bit more time in the hive and the bees a bit more time to get used to her. So we're going to give this a try from Abelo. Looks quite good, well made, stainless steel. Never seen one before, but we're going to give it a try anyway. It might be a bit tricky getting her in there. Have to wait and see. So like I say, have to be quick as the weather is not playing ball. So let's go and have a look. Now, ideally, would have done this tomorrow, but I'm actually away tomorrow, so which is why we're having to do it today. Also, the queen's been in that little cage for 48 hours already. Don't really want her to stay in there too long either. Hopefully the bees aren't too naggy with it being wet. Okay, we'll leave that on there. Give them a bit of a roof. We don't need to go into the super anyway. Only the brood box. Yeah, she's still in there, and all her attendants are still alive as well. So that's good to see. We need to pick one good frame of brood that we can put in with the queen. That doesn't look like a bad frame actually. So essentially we've got to get that frame, all the bees off it, in this cage, and the queen in here without having too many of the other bees in there. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is rather Interesting. We got our one frame eventually of no bees. That was a bit more of a task than I expected it to be. So now we just got to get the queen into here, which is also going to be quite interesting. So we've got our queen. I'm just trying to get all the bees away from her. Okay. Now my plan is to slide the end off of this, allow the queen to go down. Okay, so there she is. We got our queen and she is in the queen cage. That was very stressful. There is a bee here. I don't know if that bee's stuck, making a bit of a noise. Okay, let's get this and let's get our queen in. So now that we know she's safe, we know she's in there, I'm just gonna quickly go through the rest of the frames, shake them off, just making sure there's no other queen cells. So we do have a queen cell here. Nope, actually they're not charged. So that actually is good. If there are any sort of charged queen cells, then they will not accept the queen because they'll just want their own queen. Just fair enough, really. Okay, so there we go. We got her in the cage eventually. I don't know if that was a proper way of doing it. I kind of just did my own thing, trying to get her in there. Was very worried that she was going to fly off though. But we got her in there. Some of her attendants did fly off. I'm hoping that the emerging brood on that frame will tend to her and any of the bees around the cage also. If you know how to use it properly, if you could pop a comment in the comment section. It is starting to rain now as well, so we timed it perfectly. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so it's good that we got the queen in the cage. And yeah, didn't want to leave her for more than 48 hours really, but then also didn't want to risk the bees balling her. So we're going to leave them for a week. We'll come back next week and hopefully they'll all be settled in and we can potentially take the cage out altogether. So we'll see you then. Okay, so it's been a week and we're back, and I've got a different bee suit on today because my other one is in the wash. But we're going to go have a look and we're going to see what the queen has done. Hopefully she's still alive, she's in the cage, there's plenty of brood emerged, and there's no queen cells. If there aren't any queen cells, I think I'm just going to open up the top, let the queen roam around. If there are queen cells, I might think about potentially moving her onto another frame of brood and leaving her for another week. But we'll go in and we'll have a look. So first things first, let's get suited up. There's a good thing about the queen cages, she'll be easy to find. All right, let's get a couple of frames out, let's give us a bit of space. Just having a quick look for any potential queen cells as we work our way into the center where the queen is. There's plenty of space in this hive to for the queen to start laying, so if we can get her out, that would be really good. Oh, look at them hanging down. So far, so good. How do we grab this thing now? It's quite a big frame to try and prise it out like that. Okay. There's a few bees in there. Guess we'll put that off to the side just for a minute. Yeah, maybe we can just take the cage out altogether and just pop the frame in with the queen. I think that's probably looking like what we'll do. I love seeing the pollen frames, they're really nice. Always amazed by the different colours. I think I like seeing the pollen more than the honey actually. Fantastic. And yeah, I think no queen cells, so let's get this queen out of this cage, I say.
give myself a little bit of space. So let's take the top off. There she is. Beautiful. Doing well. Lots of emerging brood. Fantastic. I think that is a job well done. I don't think we could have done much better with that. Yeah, I can. It's quite a dark frame, but I can see some eggs in there. Yeah, I can see eggs. So she is laying. That's always good news. Let's just pop her in. We can get rid of this thing now. Shake these bees in first. So I've got myself a queen excluder. They are a little bit on the lighter side, and as there wasn't much stores down there, I think I will have to give them a bit of syrup. It's a tricky one because we are going to do the Varroa treatment soon, and I want them to all condense down into one brood box ideally. But I think I might just give them a little bit of syrup just to stimulate the brood. I don't know if she'll lay eggs if there's not enough stores to feed the colony. Hopefully that's not too much. I don't really want them just to fill up all the frames of syrup. But yeah, we'll come back next week and see what they've done with all that, but really quite happy with that. Come on, don't go in there, you are not going to get out if you got stuck.
Okay, so there we go. We managed to introduce our queen into the hive. We used our queen introduction cage, which is really quite handy. I think I'll be using this every time I introduce a queen. If I'm only introducing one, I've only got one of these, but it really did take the stress out of introducing the queen. Obviously it was a bit stressful trying to get her in here in the first place. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing that, but yeah, really quite pleased. It's probably our best colony and it's doing the best. I was really worried when the queen ended up dying. We've managed to get a new queen in there and no queen cells today, so hopefully they have accepted her. And we'll come back next week and hopefully the whole colony will be full of eggs and brood and it'll be ready to sort of get ready for the winter. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you stayed this long, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.